Good morning, everybody. It's the first day back. Well, not first. It's first day back for me. Kiddos come in 2 days. So if you're new here, my name is Beth, and I am a 3rd and 4th grade teacher in Northwest Missouri. So today is Monday. It is currently 8:02, and our meetings start at 8:30. So if this is your first time here, hello, welcome. If you have just been watching my videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It's right there. You'll get notified if you hit the bell every time I upload a video. So I'm just going to show you what I've made up for open house tonight and kind of take you through my day. So I'm going to get started with that. Okay, so I wanted to share with you guys. This is the the teacher letter that you can get from Ashley McKenzie's TBT product. And it's really pretty. It comes with about me, education, favorite things, and contact information. So I just printed those off for my kiddos, and I just put a picture there for them. And then I have the PG movie permission slip. And so I do show movies with our reading. So, and we do a fun thing every month. So needed to have that. And I did a permission social media release for Instagram and YouTube with that also. And I think that's all I have printed off for the kids. And I also did make these cute little, I just got them pop. And I just put thanks for popping in and see on Wednesday. So I thought it'd be a cute treat for them to have. And then I also made, to make my life a little bit more easier, for attendance in the mornings, I made this. And so it just has each kid's name on it. I put a expo marker, just Velcroed dot, put it on the back. And so the kids will, or my attendance sticker will just check mark if they're here and if they're H and a C, hot or cold lunch. So I think that's all I have for right now, and I will check in with you guys later. Alright guys, so I'm back in my room. First morning PD went really good. We just had a conversation about some data and technology and things that it's going to be changing for this year. And I'm out of breath. I don't think I told you this, but I teach on the top floor, and so our meetings are down the basement, so I have to walk 3 flights of stairs to get back up here. So every year. So then our PD committee, we did an activity where we just got these little canvases, and we were able to put something on that represented us or our classroom. And so I'll show you. I just made these cute little lemons and limes. I'm just gonna wait for it to dry and then write a quote on there. So that's what I did. And I have to get my centers labels on there, and then I'm gonna start working on some anchor charts for the first day. So I'll show you in a bit. Alright guys, so meetings are all done. We had about right after lunch until 5, which is 4:35 right now, to be in our rooms to get ready for open house. And my room is ready, and honestly I just got my desks 5 minutes ago, and I don't have time to raise them, so I'm going to show you what the class looks like so you can see. Alright, so this is what the class looks like. This is what the kids will walk into. You can definitely see the size difference, but I'm going to try to get them all leveled, raise them up a little bit because that chair is really close, and kiddos just grow a lot. So that is what the classroom looks like. I do have their classroom dojo slips on there. So that is all for right now. And my battery is dying, so I'm going to go ahead and send off here. So first day back for teachers is officially done, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, friends. It is the first day of school. Now, I did not get a chance to film yesterday, but really it was just PD, paperwork, and just working in our rooms. So I am going to swing by and pick up my sister, and we are going to head to school. Alright guys, I'm in my classroom this morning and I'm just going to show you what we're going to do for the morning part. When school starts at 8:05, we're going to have a whole school meeting, just kind of going over the new changes that's going to happen this year, and then we'll be in our room. So what would normally be my math workshop time is going to be like cut in half a little bit before we go to specials. And then this afternoon, I just have to change the board for computers. So let me show you our goals. All right, so this is what I did instead of just printing out our goals for every day. I figured I could just write down our goals using a dry erase marker. I think that would be a way easier than trying to keep all my goals together. So I just wrote them down. So our first goal is when the kids come in, do attendance, we're going to talk about our class centers, our specials expectations. Then we're going to do what is a big deal, and that goes along with the book I bought, which is Don't Squeal Unless It's a Big Deal, A Tale of Tattletales. And so that's what I will read to them. And then I've made some anchor charts, graphic organizers, talk about what each center should look like. We're going to talk about the noise levels, which are up there, what level they should be at, what they can do during that time, and what it should look like. And then the next one underneath it, I think, is center expectations. Actually, this is a number talks, discussion starters, which we will probably end up doing tomorrow, talking about. And then I have, so the center expectations is going to follow along with the puzzle wars. And so we're going to talk about what does it look like to be on task? What does it look like to have a clean area? And so they will actually be making like their own rules for those and how they can earn a puzzle piece. And then I mentioned in a video a while ago, I think in my Amazon haul, that I'd be using this anchor chart. So what is a kid-sized problem versus a big deal? And this goes right along with the Tattletale book. So that is what we're going to do today. Oh, hang on. I'm like super nervous because I should be, but I am, to be completely honest with you. I don't know if it's just nerves from being first day or whatever, but I'm nervous. So to go along with it, before we do expectations, we're just going to do a little game, team building game, like the human pretzel. And so they're going to have to work together, and this is really going to show me how they can work together as a group. And then we're going to sit down, we're going to talk about like what worked, what didn't work, and then we're going to talk about strategies on when we work in groups on how to communicate with each other to get the outcome that you want. And then we'll do some get to know me's. I have this pop quiz, true or false, about myself that I think is going to be really fun. And then I have a mystery science for today. It's just like the first one. So my science curriculum, like the very first like lessons that they do is all about what scientists do. And so I really didn't want to spend like this week doing like book stuff. And so mystery science has one that says how do scientists know so much? And so we're going to work through that today. And then tomorrow they're going to be doing, tomorrow or Friday, they may be doing another experiment using a bobby pin. So like, I think it's called like what does it take to make an invention or something like that. I'll fix it down below for you. But yeah, I have everything figured out. I figured that it would be fun when they get to know me to read a couple books. So the first one is Miss Marlarkey Doesn't Live in Room 10. And this would be really good for littles. So if you've got 1st or 2nd grade, like the story is like super short, but there is like a class set of these. And so there's Miss Marlarkey does Living Room 10, there's Miss Marlarkey doesn't leave any readers behind, there's one with testing. So my goal is to get that whole set. I think I'm gonna add it to my Amazon wish list so I can have them all, because it's just a really good story. Like, her stories are so good. And this is by Judy Finchler. If you're interested, I'll link it down below for you. And then I'd also be kind of cool to read The Teacher from the Black Lagoon, just because sometimes teachers come off as scary, and when you're in a new room, like these kids are coming, like my classroom is in the high school hall, and so that can be very intimidating and scary for little ones, like 3rd graders who are moving from 2nd grade, who've only known that 1st floor. So they're moving up to the top floor with me, and that can be kind of scary because high school teachers can be scary, or so I've heard. So I think it'd be good for them to kind of see like that you may think that, but we're not scary. And so those are going to be the books I read today. So these 2, and then my Don't Squeal book. And then tomorrow, once I get to know the kids a little bit better, because we're going to talk about subjects that we like and don't like. And so the writing activity for this afternoon is going to be the me, we. And so I haven't got it made yet, but I'm going to make a PowerPoint on Google Slides with just some like, what's your favorite something, or name your favorite something. And so how the me, we project works is they're going to have paper, and it's going to say me, and then whenever you flip it over, it's going to say we. So they're going to work with a partner, and I'm going to put up on a slide, what's your favorite color? And so if their colors match each other, they're going to be put on the we side. And if they don't match each other, they're going to put it on the me side. So I'm hoping to do like, what's your favorite subject? And what's your not favorite subject? And so tomorrow we're going to talk about about reading and how reading can impact. And so I'm going to be reading Thank You, Mr. Falker by Patricia Polacco. Amazing book about a student who struggles with reading and with dyslexia, which dyslexia is like huge on my heart. And then on Friday we're going to be talking about another Patricia Polacco book, which is An A from Miss Keller. So it's going to be, I'm going to use her a lot this year, and I'm also going to be referring back to these books throughout the year also. So, in other good news though, I know I'm like walking around the room, but in other good news, we got Chromebooks yesterday, the teachers did, and the high school students gets theirs, they're hoping by Monday, or like next Monday. So we're like going to be transitioning ourselves to a one-to-one. Not school-wide one-to-one, but teachers can explore and use and get used to this technology. We will be getting the pre-kindergarten through 4th grade, we'll be getting a tablet-like device, maybe an iPad, may just be a tablet to use, but we're not going to get them for a while. But luckily for me, I did get my Donors Choose tablets, and so I have those to work off. I have my Chromebook to work off, I have my student computer to work off. So it's going to be a really good day. So I'm going to show you, because I do have my desks all level now. So that is what it looks like. I will have the last hour of the day off. Not off, working extra plan, because my kids have computers today. So I need to make sure that I move my schedule cards around. I also have a big huge pile of Kleenexes and baggies and wipes that I need to find a home for. So I'll be doing that as well. So I will catch up with you guys in just a bit. Alright guys, so I made it to my plan period. I'm gonna shut the door real quick. Alright, so I made it to my planning period, and I have a very chatty group. But they're a good group. So They are at their specials right now. I've learned a lot from them just by observing them. We really didn't get to do any of the anchor charts yet, and I may just end up splitting those up into today and tomorrow. They're a very hands-on group. They're very, I think they'd be a good cooperative group, learning style type of group to do, you know what I mean? So, I just have a couple, so I'm just gonna be watching a little bit, but other than that, they're doing great. I spent most of the morning just going over routine, and I still have a lot to do. I think I only made it through the rules, morning routine, rules, and classroom jobs, and that was like in an hour. So I didn't get to read the book yet, but I may save that for reading. Excuse me. When they come back, I think I'm gonna do the science, mystery science activity, just to give them something to do when they're seated, so they're ready to go. See how they handle that. Had some leadership show up, so that was really good. I have one that just kind of took leadership role of the human pretzel that we did, so it was good to see that. I hadn't seen that in the student yet, so I was really glad that that student like stepped up to help the group, and that the other students noticed it too. And so I think the student was very excited to see that, hey, I'm being noticed for doing something good. But they were great. I love them. I know there's going to be some more to do, but I am just going to take as much time as I can, just absorb their energy, because I feed off of it a lot. And if I ever do a lesson for you guys, you'll probably see that I just feed. I feed off of them. But there was no coffee this morning downstairs, so I just had a couple pops. So I just, like little mini cans that I had some extra, so I just put them in my thermos. And yeah, they're really excited to get paid. So the classroom jobs, I'm just going to pay them weekly. They're going to be paying me rent for the desks. So they were like, you mean you're going to kick us out? I said, well, you may not have a desk. But they are they're having fun, I think. So I'm going to give them some time this afternoon just to kind of sit and relax, and to like do a craft or something. Like the MeWe will be something fun to kind of get them excited for the school year. So other than that, I'll try to do another check-in. Maybe I won't have another planned time until school is over, so I will let you guys know how it goes. Alright guys, so it is the end of the day of the first day of school, and let me tell you, it was interesting. So I went and got the kids from specials. They did fine there. My third graders are very, very chatty, and so we just talked about like what's appropriate, what's not appropriate to talk about, and like when to have our private conversations with our friends, and when to share things. But we came back and I did the pop quiz with them, and they really liked it, but it got a little out of hand, and so I had to send one student to the safe seat because they were just talking a lot. And so just to set an example that that's not okay, I just sent them. And I don't send them there the whole time. Like once we were done with that activity, I let them go back, and it did help. So then we went to lunch, and lunch was kind of chaotic because we combined pre-K through 6th grade lunch shift all together, because it was just like 3 through 6, but we just like combined them because of our numbers. And so that was kind of chaotic because we had new little preschoolers who had no idea what they're doing, and that was fine. But we got there, and we had lunch, and it was good. We came back, and it just got crazy. So I did the mystery science with them, and it just got really, just chatty group. I had my 2 pods. One pod was really, really good, did their work, and the other one was kind of like, talkative. It's the first day, I get it. I can't expect anything less, but it's when the conversations get to a point where student behavior starts to change, then it's time to like put the hammer down a little bit. So during the mystery science, another student went to the safe seat just until that portion was done, and then they got to go back. And I'm gonna have to change a little bit of what I'm used to. I'm used to the 5th grade. I'm used to, you know, not having to like constantly tell them like do this. Totally forgot about bathroom breaks. Like they're little, they probably have to use the bathroom at some point. So I'm gonna have to figure out during my centers when would be a good time to have a bathroom break. Maybe a couple throughout the day, you know. Yeah, so I think the best thing for me to do is just to go ahead and hop in and start my centers, even though it's not going to be super content heavy, just so they can get a routine. I think once they get a routine down, then they will be better. I think I got to keep them busy. I got to keep some, I mean, they're all different kinds of learners. I've got some that are very, very hands-on. I've got some that are kinesthetic. I've got some that are introverts. And I've got some who need auditory help and visual aids. I mean, I have all of that. And so I want to take these days as to get to know them as the best I can when they allow me to, without constantly having behavior issues. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, 2nd day of school, and it is during my plan time, and I am having a better day. Yeah, we're doing good. So we started the day off with just doing some housekeeping things, and getting their cubbies organized. So let me show you what those look like. So yeah, it's been a good day. So we got our cubbies organized, we got our desks organized, and it's a good day so far. So let me show you. Okay, so that's what their cubbies look like. I think it's really gonna help us keep our desks organized and nice and neat. I have my organizer on it for checking desks and cubbies, making sure it's all clean. So after that, I went ahead and did a read aloud because yesterday we did have some trouble with talking out of turn and just blurting things out, and so I read the book My Mouth is a Volcano, and most of the kids were like, yeah, I struggle with that. Like, they were very honest, so that was good and relatable to them. And so we talked about how to like cap our volcanoes until it's time for us to talk, and to raise our hand, and to wait till we're called on, and to be respectful to the others around us. So that is what we did. They loved it. We talked about our centers, and we're actually going to run the math centers this afternoon. So we're not quick enough in the mornings, I don't think, yet to come in and get started, but once routine gets started, I think we'll be fine. So kids are at specials. After specials, we're going to do the mystery science, which I'm going to print off just random pictures of items and put them around the room, and they're going to grab a clipboard and the worksheet to make their observations on, and I'm just going to let them walk around the room and then think, pair, share, and then finish up that. And then, yeah, I think that's what's going to happen today. I think I'm a mess. It was an early day of the day. I had to take Ari to his grandparents' house. Like, my school is like 15 minutes from where I live, and his grandparents live 10 extra minutes. So I had to do a little bit more driving today than normal. So it's okay, I survived. So for math centers today, when they are with me, they're going to be doing a math survey. And we're going to be talking about how I can help them, what I can do to support them, what they need. And for their independent time. They're going to be starting on the Am I Ready, which I originally had planned for next week. But if they get this done now, then we can just jump into lesson 1 on Monday and not have to wait. So I think that's what I'm going to end up having to do, just because this group needs routine quickly. And if I can just jump in and do that, then I will, like, if that's what they need. And then for reading, we're going to talk about Just Right books, what works for everybody, and I think that's it for reading today. I know we're supposed to be getting iPads or tablets for all the students, but they're waiting until the Chromebooks get cases and everything, and once high school and middle school gets their Chromebooks and they are set, then they're going to focus on elementary and getting their tablets and things to them, which is fine. Like I said, I have 2 tablets from Donors Choose that I'm going to use. I have a student computer, so it should work out fine for them. Rep time today, we're going to start on cursive. 3rd grade is going to work on their print because they need it. So they have to master their print first, take a writing quiz, and then if they pass that, then they can start on cursive, and they have to pass the cursive before they can move on. So, and that's not district, that's just me, but it's something that they're going to need to have to know. So why not set that requirement? I think that's a good thing to do. And so that will probably take us to the end of the day, but I did find this name tag glyph, something. I hear voices. I don't think it's for me. So it's just from TPT, and like it says, are you a boy or a girl? If you're a boy, write your name in all capitals. If you're a girl, write your name in all lowercase letters. Do you have any brothers or sisters? If you're the youngest, write your name in green. If you're the middle child, write it in purple. If you're the only child, write it in orange. So it's like they're meeting, they have to follow the directions to be able to make their name tag. And they get to practice. I keep hearing like someone coming down the hall. They get to practice on this one, and then they actually get to make it like that. And so I'm going to be laminating them, and then they can have it to put on the side of their desk. So that is my plan for today for my kiddos. And I did buy, why they're just sitting here, I did end up buying these pencil pushers. They're from Sensory Genius from Target. I got them at clearance, but they're just pencils that have these toppers on here, and I thought maybe the toppers came off. Let's see if I can't pull these out. Let me set you down real quick. Oh. Okay, so they do come off. Like this one has a twist that they can mess with. This one just has a little slide, and then this one has so you have to like twist it up in order to move it. But it's nice that they just slide off, and so the kids can just slide them on there, slide them on, and use them. I have like 3. But I'll be back, I promise. Alright guys, so it's the end of the day, and I'm feeling pretty good about like starting the routine, so getting them done. We ran the math workshop centers today, and it went okay. Some of my students got finished early, and so what I think I'm going to do is just have 3rd grade do the teacher talk with me, and then I'm going to send them off to do like their independent work, and then I'm going to have 4th grade all together come for teacher talk, and then send them, so that way I'm not trying to do a lesson and have a student ask, you know, questions while I'm trying to teach. And I want to be available for them. So that went okay. I didn't get all the way through math workshop before I had to go to recess, but normally that'd be reading workshop anyway. So we tested out the reading or the math workshop today. It was like after lunch though. And so tomorrow morning I think I will do a math workshop with them and just do like a really simple lesson, and then run that, and then in the afternoon we will practice doing the reading workshop as a class together. So when we come in Monday, we're in that routine. And I end up switching my Math Factory craft. Instead of doing the name tag, we were making class currency. So they got to create what they think the class money should look like, and then tomorrow they're gonna vote. They're gonna vote on 4, and then they're gonna decide which one's going to be the $1 bill, 5, 10, and 20. And then I'll just go make copies and go from there. So overall, it was a good day. I have some amazing students, and some, I mean, they're all amazing. Some just need just a little bit more, maybe a little more stern, but it's school, so it'll be what it'll be. I haven't figured out what book I'm going to read tomorrow for the reading workshop. I think I'm going to start with the Thank You, Mr. Falker. I need to be careful when I say that word. I may start off with that one because it does talk about a girl who has trouble reading because of her dyslexia, and we can kind of like start like that, like picking through the characters and like how they solve their problems. So I think that's what's going to happen. Mystery Science went really good. My student teacher from last year popped in to say hi, and she was really worried that my kids would be distracted, but actually once she was done, they went back to what they were supposed to do. And so let me kind of just show you what I did with them. Okay, so for the first Mystery Science we did yesterday, the kids were supposed to draw their hand and put all the details in there, and then observe what they saw and put all those details into their picture, and then ask questions. I wanted them to have at least one more day of practice, so I printed off some photos of different objects. So I had like an eyeball and a leaf, an ant, a spider, and like webbed feet. And they went around and they did the same sheet that's like back here. They went around and observed 2 photos. I gave them 2 minutes to observe, then 8 minutes to draw their pictures and talk about in their small little group, whoever was with them, what questions they had. And so all I did was I just printed off, like here's the duck's feet, I printed that off, and the kids, like one student pointed out like why do they have claws, what is the purpose if they're just in the water. So we got to discuss that. We talked about how the feet look like chicken feet, only they're webbed. And so they made lots of good observations there. And so I'm kind of happy that they are thinking a little bit more. So whenever we do our Mystery Science tomorrow, and the Mystery Science tomorrow is called Saving Bobby. And so it's going to have to deal with like paper and a bobby pin. And so it's going to be really good. I'm going to be really excited to see what they observe. I thought, and this is why I just wanted them to have 2 days of observing different things. So whenever I tell them, you know, what questions do you have, what are you seeing, they're able to do that. And my kids took their pre-test today. I'm going to take them home and grade them. Not grade, but like kind of see where they are. Rep time went okay. It'll just be what it'll be. Had some early finishers, had some that just kind of struggled a little bit, but it's okay. We'll get there. And then tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to try to do my reading workshop and then get that writing piece in, because we really haven't dived into writing just yet. So we need to get on to that. Social studies and spelling, those are things I can just kind of throw in to them. So I'm not going to be too worried about that. I'm going to be really more worried about the centers than anything else. It'll be what it'll be. But other than that, the day is done. It's going to rain, and so I need to go get my son and be home. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, and today's going pretty well. So we started the day off with math, and I just wanted to introduce like some more apps for tech time. So we went over Prodigy, and we also did Flipgrid. Then I had the kids do their name tags, which was pretty good. And so we did that, and we started watching our Flipgrids. The kids loved it. And now I am just trying to get some stuff printed for this afternoon and for after. So for Mystery Science today, the question is, why is it so hard to make new inventions? And so this is where they get to use paper and bobby pins, or you can use paper clips. So I didn't have enough bobby pins, so we're just going to use paper clips to try to make some invention and to observe how I think like they're going to make something with paper and then drop it and kind of see how the paper like falls, I think is what it's supposed to be like. And then I think, I'm not really sure what else is going to happen today. I know we had to push some things back. There's a tractor parade that's going to come through the town at like 1 o'clock, I think. So we're going to have to pause class to do that, and then right after that is recess. So yeah, I'm going to lose about 30 minutes, but that's okay. I do have spelling for next week printed. They're going to get their words to take home tonight, and then I have their copies to keep here at school. I'm also printing off some social studies stuff for the interactive notebooks. I may have the 3rd graders go ahead and get their covers put on today, so we're ready to go. Yeah, so I think that's what's going to happen. I have like makeup residue hanging off for a little last night. Anywho, first week's going pretty good. Today's been really good. So other than that, I think I'm gonna get this stuff printed off, and I'll talk to you guys later.